Good afternoon, San Antonio. Welcome to the Happy Handyman Show. I'm Trudy Chook, broadcasting live on Johnny Chook's Home and Hardware on WOAI. You guys, it's been an exciting week. I still am not recuperated enough. So I just wanted to let you know we've got an exciting show today. We've had such great activity at the store this week. People coming in, starting on projects, and they're great projects that I want to talk to you about today, because this is my opinion, that if one person has a question about that, there's a bunch of people that have the same question. So we're going to talk about it today. Now, let me tell you where we're located. We're at 2361 Northwest Military Highway, which is about 2 miles north of Loop 410, right past the light at Lock Hill, Selma. The phone number here, in case you have a question, is 210-341-1573. The store is going to be open till 6:30 today. Tomorrow, for your convenience, 11 to 5. We are also, if you're listening to my voice, we are live streaming on Facebook right now. So not only will you be able to hear about this, but on Facebook you can see the products that I'm going to talk about. But if you miss it, you can always do replay on Facebook, or you can go out to our YouTube channel, which is Johnny Chook's Home and Hardware, and be able to see it all. And then it's also in our website, so which is happyhandyman.com. So if you miss us, there's 3 places that you can find it again, or you can just come into the store, and I leave everything out on the radio table for about four days. And if you miss something that I talked about, well, it's all right here on the radio table. First of all, let me tell you what's going to be going on next week. The 16th, the 23rd, and then the 28th. They are all one weekend after the other. We have events every weekend from next weekend on. The first one is our Fall Feast, and we're going to be sampling all of our gourmet foods. We're going to let you try some of them out. They make great gifts for people that you have a hard time buying for. We're going to have a balloon artist that's going to come in, so bring your kids. He does such cute stuff. And then we are also giving away, if you haven't heard it, a full Thanksgiving dinner that you're going to be able to pick up at Blanco Barbecue and serve all your family on Thanksgiving Day for free. All you do when you come in, if you buy $75 or more, you get a ticket that we put in a bucket, and then we're going to pull it out next Saturday, and the winner wins. It's like a $250 meal, so it's a pretty good deal. It's everything from the turkey to the rolls and everything in between. So, and let me tell you, when we went there to go do that, it smelled so good there. You do not want to miss out. All right. So, and then on the 23rd is going to be our ladies event. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so it's the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and if you haven't ever come to that, well, you are missing out. You need to show up this year. From 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock, everything in the gift shop is on sale. All the Christmas is 50 off. So if it's red and green, says Merry Christmas, there's a reindeer on it or a Santa, it's 50 off. And it's a great time to like do some new ornaments, especially if you're going to go to a party that's a ornament exchange. And then what we call our Black Friday event is Stocking Stuffer Weekend. It's the day after Thanksgiving, Friday and Saturday, and we're going to have a boatload of stuff in the gift shop that are small gifts that usually are under $15 that you can give to people that you want to, that maybe you just want to say a small thank you, or they're for stockings, and you can put them in there for your grandkids or your kids. And then also this year, the very first year, the hardware store is going to be involved with Black Friday, and there's going to be stuff on every end cap that is going to be deeply discounted to have you come in, and they're going to be really good things. It's not just going to be it's going to be really good things. Now, there's no TVs, but there will be some good hardware stuff, so you don't want to miss out. The next 3 weeks, very exciting. All right, so let's talk about something first. I want you to get prepared for it. I know it's not freezing weather right now, but when it does get freezing weather, you will not be able to find these things in San Antonio easily. You'll find them at Johnny Chick's Home and Hardware, because we always make sure we have more than enough. And one of them is a freeze miser. Now, if you're not familiar with a freeze miser, it goes on your outdoor faucet, and it keeps your outdoor pipes from freezing, because it will automatically drip when it gets down to about 37 degrees. And then when it goes up to 42, and I might have this wrong, it will stop dripping, and you do not have to monitor it at all. And it's just a very small, economical drip. So they come 2 to a package, and they're like $60, which is very cheap when you have to replace pipes on the outdoors. Believe me, because I didn't do one. I ran out of these one year about 3 years ago, and the weather got really cold, and so I wrapped one of my pipes, and I thought I had it, and I did till I didn't, and then I had to have somebody come and fix it for me. All right, another thing is, if you have a well house, or maybe you have a some outdoor stuff, water well outside, and you have to keep it from freezing, there is ThermoCube. ThermoCube will come on when the temperature drops to 35. It's kind of like the same thing like the freeze miser. It comes on and off. You don't have to watch it. And then it goes off at 45. And so what do you plug into this? Anything to keep your well house warm. So maybe a heat lamp, or the tape that goes around it. If you have greenhouses, this is a way to keep all your plants safe. So these two things are great to start stocking up on, and then not be looking for them when the weather drops. Because you know, this is South Texas. It can be 80 degrees one day, and the next day it is 40 below. So, hi Cindy, it's good to hear. What's good for fleas? This is Cindy, who's asking on our Facebook page, what's good for fleas? There's a lot of good things for fleas. There's some granule that you can put down called triazicide. There's also things that are just targeted for fleas, but if you will get something like triazicide, you will get rid of everything. And you can just throw it out. It's a granule, water it in, and you're good. They also make hose ends on those, and you can use that too. I hope that answers your question, Cindy. Now, I had a gentleman that came in, and he had some rotted wood on his concrete patio where his wood pergola was going into. And so he was losing the wood down at the bottom of his pergola, and he thought he was going to have to start replacing some of the posts. And I said, no, absolutely not. And he goes, well, what do I do? I said, you're going to get 2 products. One of them is Minwax High Performance Wood Hardener. Okay, this is a wood hardener that is so cool. It's a solvent-based material, and it's got solids suspended in it. And so you're going to paint it on your soft wood, and it's going to go, it has a capillary action. So in other words, it draws into the wood. And as it dries, it leaves these solids behind. You do it about 3 times, the wood will turn shiny, and that tells you it's absorbed all it's going to absorb. And then if you have any voided areas, you're going to, once it dries completely, and I think you need to wait 24, but I'm not positive. And then you apply the Minwax High Performance Wood Filler. This is the best wood filler. It is a 2-part. Underneath the lid, there is an activator inside there, and you mix it 50-50, and then you fill in your voided areas. When you're looking at stuff like this, so say you have Okay, he's got this post that is soft around the edges, okay, because water has just sat on that concrete. But it's also good for windowsills. It's also good for the bottom of your garage door panel because it sits in water, and where the handle is and stuff, it'll get real soft there. And so you don't want to have to replace that whole panel. No, you can fix it. Do not dig out any rotted wood. Let me say that one more time. Do not dig out any rotted wood. And this is the reason you don't want to. Because if you dig out a bunch of the wood, you'll just have to use more wood filler. And when you're putting the wood hardener in, all those pieces, like skeleton pieces, will get really, really hard. And then you won't have to fill in as much with your wood filler. Now this wood filler, you follow the directions, within about 20 minutes, it's hard enough and firm enough to sand. But if you let it go too much longer before you sand, it's like concrete. It gets that hard. So, but it's a really good answer and a very economical answer instead of constantly replacing panels or window seals or that post that he's talking about. All right, so I had a question that was written in, and it's a really, really good one, okay? And it says, Trudy, I need fuel for my 2-cycle lawnmower. I don't remember if it takes a 40-to-1 or a 50-to-1. Which one should I use? You can use the 40-to-1. It's really, we called VP. They're here in San Antonio. VP is, I picked up the 50-to-1. VP, it's VP Racing. But they do all those kind of synthetics and stuff like that. And right here in San Antonio. And they just said that you can use the 40-to-1 and it's fine, absolutely fine. So don't stress about that. Just get the 40-to-1 when you go to your hardware store, and it'll work fine in your lawnmower and small 2-cycle engines. All right, now I had another gentleman come in, and he had a great question. He goes, I have some limestone fencing. You know, he's got some big limestone, and his iron gate goes into that, okay? But limestone can get very crumbly and soft, and especially if he's got this big heavy gate attached to it. And so where the screws go in there, it has kind of wallered out, and the gate does not stay straight any longer. What do I do? There is a great product, and I'm telling you, this product must be, I have known about it ever since I've been in the hardware business. It's called Rockite. And Rockite is an expansion cement. So in other words, it's a powder, and you mix it with water, and you can either make like a putty out of it, or if you're going in the ground, you can put it in the ground, put the powder in there, and then add water on top. And see, what he's going to need to do is he's going to need to insert the end of his gate hardware back in there. And this product is wonderful for that. If you have cracks in your driveway, Rockite, especially the hairline ones, if they get too big, this is not the product you want to use. You want to use something that's flexible, like Moreflex in a caulking tube, made by Sashco Sealants. But if they're hairline, this Rockite is a great product to use. And you literally will sweep it into the crack and then take a wet sponge and dampen the top. And then it will expand and take up any kind of crack that is in your concrete. It's great for patching, it's great for anchoring, and it comes in like this. This is a 1 pound that I'm showing y'all on Facebook, but it also comes all the way up to a 5. So depending on how much you need. It dries in it's stronger than concrete in 1 hour and dries in 15 minutes. So you can get your job done just like that. So it's a great product, and it's been around forever. Now, I'll tell you something that I did this week. On my day off, my guys called me at work, and we were all out of this fertilizer that we sell so much of called Growing Green. It's made by Medina, and it's all organic, okay? So organic, hyphen, it really stinks, okay? But it is so good for your grass. And we had a little bit of rain, and you could throw it out, and it's just so good. If you don't water it in, it doesn't burn. It just won't do anything. It just sits there. So, but if you're wanting a fertilizer, and let me just tell you, okay, I have checked with everybody, including the people in the know in the nursery business, people that have radio shows, okay? And I said, do we need winterizer here? No, you don't need winterizer here. You just need to continue doing what you've done all year long, and that's using things an organic, okay, like the Growing Green. So, and we have that here. All right, so when the guys asked me to do that, I went, well, can we get by with maybe about 10 bags? Oh yeah, that'll hold us. Okay, so I drive over there in my car, and they load up my car, and even before the car is halfway loaded, my car smells so bad. I mean, stinky. And so I'm driving back over to the store. I can't even put the windows up. That's how bad it smells in my car. And so then they pulled it out, and I thought, well, okay, maybe since it's out, the car won't stink. Wrong. The car smells horrible. And so what's the answer for that? Because, you know, besides fertilizer, there's some other things can get pretty stinky inside your car. If you have dogs, if you spill something in your car and you don't know it, like mom and dad one time spilled beans in their car. They were going to a party and they took beans and it spilled and it smelled horrible. Milk, I mean, you name it, it stinks. Air sponge. It is the only thing that will neutralize an odor quickly. So I got an air sponge because I thought for a second, I'll just go out there and use one of the Tyler fragrances and spray inside. And I walked back out and I drove down to the post office and came back and I went, no, this is not gonna work. So I got an air sponge, opened it up, put it underneath the seat, and within 10 minutes, my car didn't smell anymore. And an air sponge kind of smells real clean and fresh. So if you have a stinky situation, air sponge. Now, I have a tip for you hunters that are going out. How many times do you worry about that the deer can smell you, right? Well, I know a lot of hunters will use Biozap. They just spray themselves down. It's completely safe. And you just spray down your clothes and everything like that, and they won't be able to smell you. Completely neutralizes an odor, and you'll get what you want for Thanksgiving. All right, now, let me tell you about this, Gator Grip. What is a Gator Grip? Okay, Gator Grip is because it's hard to explain. It's a universal socket, okay? That means you don't have to have a different socket for every size screw that you're putting in or bolt that you're putting in. This has these little rods on the inside that will adapt anywhere between 1/4 inch up to 3/4 inch. So in other words, you could have this one tool in your toolbox and it would work for standard 1/4 to 3/4 and metric 7 to 19. And then and it will work on anything. It will work on anything but something round. And if you do have something round and you want to use it, all you got to do is file off an edge on it so that this Gator Grip can have a chance to grab a hold. It is a great gift. Okay, so if you were wanting to get something for somebody that has everything as far as tools, this may not be what they have. And they're like under $20. I mean, so it automatically adjusts and grips.
Okay, thank you.
And you can, I put down in here,
One last get you.
like 1,000
We're gonna be over it.
pounds per square foot of torque, which is a lot.
Oh no, it's all good.
So it's really cool, and it's called a gator grip. So don't be lugging around all those different types of sockets. Just replace it with gator grip, okay? All right, now, are you ready for Thanksgiving? Well, we've got a couple of things in the gift shop that will help you get ready. One is a turkey and brine kit, okay? And then also, if you like to smoke your turkey out on your Traeger, they have turkey pellets and they come with a brine kit. So it's real, and I don't think it costs any more. I think they're $19.99. I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me. But it also comes with this brine kit. So if you like to do your turkey out there, I've done one turkey out on my Traeger and it was amazing. And if you sign up and if you win our special prize, you won't have to cook turkey. You'll get that. You'll get a full Thanksgiving dinner. Now, what about leftovers? Well, then we've got these silicone dividers that you could put all in a tray, and then you could separate all your leftovers and just cook one tray. It's really pretty cool. And it's in our aisle 2, and it's called silicone sheet pan dividers. And it's a 4-piece set. It's enough to do like all the turkey and stuffing and all kinds of other stuff. Okay. All right, let me tell you where we're located. We're at 2361 Northwest Military Highway. The phone number here is 210-341-1573, but that's not the only way that you can see this show. You can go out to our Facebook page, which is Johnny Chooks, and you will see this show and all kinds of other stuff. If you go out to our website, which is happyhandyman.com, you not only will see the this, but you can also get an article that tells you about new products, and then you can look at the rest of the products that we have in the store. And then you can also go out to our YouTube channel, which is going to be Johnny Chooks Home and Hardener. So we're real easy to find. All right, that's it for this week, folks. Spurs are coming on, woohoo! And that's it for this week, folks. It's time for you to roll up your sleeves and get busy on some of these projects that we've been talking about. But by all means, you remember one thing. It will always be a great day to paint. See you next week.